Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm only joking. Hello. So yeah. So the video I'm going to make today is basically I've hit a brick wall certain time anyway in my game I was developing. It's a 2D game. It's a clicking move, interactive, kids, all fun and games, whatever. I'm making it because my kids love games and I want to make the game for them. I'm going to be shiny unicorns, rainbows, all this kerfuffle. Anyway, so the issue I've got is I was having problems with the colliders getting in the way, so I couldn't find the solution. I found the solution now, but I want to share it with you guys. I want to share it and I want to use it obviously in the future as well. So you got two different things that I want to show you today. Okay, the first one is I want to be able to change a script and use that script to manipulate the layer. So for instance, you can see in front of us, I've got this little program here. You've got two sprites. One sprite gets in the way of the other. They're both on default layers. Changing that itself will not affect its view on anything, so I could put that on there. It'll make no difference. So what we need to do is this layer here, order layer. So that's the way it's going to be in order. So for instance, if I put this up to 1 and then I put that over there, yep, it's in front because that's 1 and that's 0. Yeah, you put that into 2. You know what I mean. What's going on? What are you doing that for? There we go. So it's back in front. So they're both there anyway. Okay, so let's put it back to 0 and then put that back to 0. I don't know why that is. I don't know. Maybe it's inside. You should be able to see a pink. Should be a light pink, really, shouldn't it? But anyway, it is what it is. So the first thing here is if this had a collider on, for instance, let's put a collider on it. Box collider 2D. There it is. And that had a collider on. Box collider 2D. There it is. Obviously, I can't play it. This would collide and it would cause an issue. It wouldn't want to sit next to each other. So there's two ways you can go about that. First, you can put them on different layers, and then you can also go into project settings, 2D physics, go down to here, and then you can put this layer ignores that layer, this layer ignores water. So the UI ignores the water. So you put that on UI, you put that on water. Obviously you rename it, you make it something unique to you, and then that would ignore that collision. There would be no issues at all relevant to each other. That's one way. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to make a script. I'm going to make a script, and this script's going to be a quick, simple script, and it's going to be on-click event. So for instance, at the moment I'm going to sit it there like that, and when I press play and then I'm going to click on that is going to change layer to in front, and when I let go it's going to reverse itself to behind. Now I can use on click or I could use on touch, depending. I'll probably use on click, it's a lot simpler. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Okay, so first thing you must remember is make your own folders. Yeah, always make your own folders. To do that, you just create a new folder. I'm going to call this scripts. You can create a new folder and call it whatever you want, and then just put everything in there. Make sure it's neat and tidy. You do not want to cause any complications further in the future, trust me. So yeah, let's go in the scripts, and then you push create new script, which is here, C# script. I use C#. You can use Java and C#, I think. C++ is for Unreal Engine 4. Okay, so now we've got this. We want to make this whatever. Let's call it layer up front. Let's call it layer front, like so. Okay. If you change that now, if I rename that, it will not rename the script inside, so you must be careful with that, especially when you're referencing other scripts. So here we got layer front, so if you rename that, it will not rename that, so you must rename it manually. Once you've got both of them renamed, absolutely fine. So other than that, we should be okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is open the script, and then we're going to make a sprite render. We're going to make sure it's private first. Private sprite renderer. We're going to call it sprite, and then the second one we're going to make is integer to keep the sorting numbers, because sorting is a number, so we need an integer for that. So we're going to make a public int sorting order. That's what we're going to call it, and we're going to put it on 0 for now. We don't want to give it any numbers just yet. And then we're going to start, and we're going to collect the sprite render. So the first one is sprite equals get component sprite renderer, and then we're just going to close it off there. So now it's going to fetch that when you call for it. Yeah, so now we need to do the same with a sorting order number. So to do that, we do sorting order equals order, and then in the beginning of this, we're just going to chuck sprite, because that's where we want to get the sorting order from. So now we have that. Those are our main keys, and we're going to be using this for the program. And we're going to have 3 events. We're going to have a click. No, sorry, we don't need 3. We need 2. So we need a click, and then we need a let go. So when we click, it's going to bring it all the way forward to the screen, which is like layer 500, whatever you want it to be. And then when you let go, it's going to be put it back to the position that you pick it up from. The thing we're going to do with this one is we're going to put if input. So we're going to put if input.get mouse button down, and then we're going to put 0. 0 is your first click. So if we put the mouse button down, it's going to initiate whatever we put here. So what we're going to put here is sprite.order, sorting order equals, let me just spell sprite right, because then it'll predict what I'm going to say. There we go. Okay, sorting order equals, let's say 5. Okay, and then close that off. Save that. Control S to save. And then we're going to apply this. And if I click on the white, it should pull forward. There we go. So if you can double check on there, you got your sprite, it's on number 5. Stop again and then start again. It's on 0 at the moment. Then you press on it and it turns to 5. Now you let go, it's still on 5. So that's where we're going to fix it now. So we're going to put the opposite. So we can get it here. If I'll tell you what, let's put it inside here. If, and then we're going to put input dot get mouse. I apologize for this. Okay, I'm going to do mouse button up, so you let go. And which button you're going to do? The same as before. So if it does that again, then we're going to do what? And then you've got to put it in here. Just as a side note, that if there is to get information and then do whatever it's got to do if that information meets the criteria. Yeah, if you push the wrong button, it's not going to calculate it because it's waiting for that 0 button, which is your first left mouse click, and then it won't calculate that. So it won't calculate this because this is ignored. Where if I put this down here and I put on the same, it would change it between both of them, depending on the situation. So you could put it there, but it's up to you. Put an if statement again, if input.get mouse button down, which is there, put a 0, that's your mouse button again, then you open it up, and then you put sprite.sorting order equals 0, and then save, and then you run that, and then we have a look what we got, and it should work fine. Click, Okay, let me just double check that. Okay, I apologise for that. Up, we want to get up, not down. So you get if input dot get button down for 5 and then up for 0. So you play. There we go. Let go. Back to there we go. Yeah, that's how quick it can register it. And that is how you manipulate the orders. There is ways of doing other conditions. For instance, you can collect the original order layer in a variable, store it, hold on to it, and then once you change it, you can change it back to that variable because you've stored it. That is quite easy to do. Something that I might need to do in my video game. Okay guys, that's it for the video. I'm going to be making plenty more videos doing different stuff. If you've got any ideas or anything that you specifically want, I probably don't know how to do it, but if I don't, then I'll research it and then I'll find out how to do it, and that's how I expect you guys to be. And if you want to use me as your key to finding this information, go ahead and do it. Hit subscribe, like, do what you got to do. Thank you. Okay guys, that's it for now. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be making some more videos. If there's anything that you are curious about or you want to know the answer to, just drop a message and I'll get back to you, or I'll make a video of it if you want it that way, and I'll do some explanations on the whole tutorial, the videos, anything like that. Just get back at me. Okay, thank you guys for watching.